guys.
All right,
I think we're on.
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Yay.
Hey, good morning. What's going on?
Audio?
Audio is on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yay, everybody sees us. You know, when you go live, there's always like some little thing
real quick, we run the lives through OBS, and OBS had a bunch of little things pop up that I've never seen before, and I did an update yesterday, and it said, oh no, nothing's going on, we're fine, you don't need an update, and now all of a sudden it's goofy. So sorry for any discombobulation. We are here. It's Saturday morning, January 24th.
January 24th. You guys,
gosh.
How is it the 24th of January
Crazy.
already? I can't even fathom that.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Yep.
We're praying and thinking good thoughts for any of you that are affected by the big storm that they keep talking about, you know, anywhere in the central U.S. and the south.
I'm there with you in solidarity with my hat and my flannel.
I know.
So actually I'm wearing this because my hair is a little goofy. So
there was a
clipper issue.
A little haircut incident.
Yes. So I'm wearing the hat.
But I think you look super cute with the hat.
Thank you.
I've always told you that.
But we're staying warm. We're staying warm with you.
We're going to fix the volume.
And
we love you guys for letting us know. You know, we're a two-person team here, so it's just, you know.
Yeah.
That's how it goes sometimes. But you know what? Good morning and hello to all of you joining us. And hi to Tracy and Valerie.
Good morning, Tracy and Valerie.
G's here today.
Hey, G.
I know. And Budget Gardening Vita Loca is here. You guys are amazing, and thank you. So here we are. Yeah, how have you guys been? What's going on? What's new in all of your gardens? Some of you
Budget Garden, are you freezing right now?
I know, right? You're in New Hampshire.
Yeah,
right, New Hampshire.
Yeah. Hopefully you're staying warm. You and your family are safe. We're thinking good thoughts, sending everybody prayers. So,
very much. Yeah. And we hope that everybody's inside and warm and just waiting out the next few days. Hopefully it just passes and goes quickly and then back to normal.
Yes.
But we're here today. We're going to talk about there's some brand new plants on the market that some of which you might you might not be aware of, but it's also like they're going to be seed form. They're going to be plant form. Some of them are so new. They're showing you the new plants and they're not even like ready to sell them to you yet.
Yeah, there's nowhere for you to go to buy them.
So that's kind of like,
it's a little frustrating.
We were kind of tearing our hair out a little bit because we always want to give you the utmost, you know, best information because we know that you guys want to find these things.
If you have hair to pull out.
Stop it. But we're going to show you all of there's 11 new plants that have been designated by All America Selections, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a little bit. Plus, we've got another new series of perennials to show you that actually did come out last year, but it was kind of a quiet opening, so we're hoping that, you know, we can introduce these to you this year and you can go find them because they're beautiful.
And if you like plants that attract many different kinds of pollinators to your garden, you're going to want to know what these are. You're going to want to hear about these.
So. Oh my gosh. Not only that, but they come in 5 different colors. So hold on for that.
And they also attract humans to your garden because they're very aromatic.
That's a good way to put it.
So
I love that. Okay. So G says G is still referencing our Glad video after 4 years.
Wow.
Following. You know what?
Very cool, man. Yeah.
You know, that's probably one we need to update.
Yeah, we can.
We probably.
Do we have any Glads right now we need to plant?
We do. We have some coming this season.
We have so many. We have new ones coming.
We unfortunately ordered some new ones.
Well, we have 2 boxes out in the garage right now of bulbs that we literally still need to plant. They're all of them are cold season.
Yeah, they're fall.
They're all fall planted, spring blooming types of bulbs. We haven't planted yet. And seriously, I mean, one of the boxes is like this, and it's solid bulbs. So
I think that's like every year we say that. And it's true. Yeah. We just got our dahlias out of the ground before. We have some cold weather here in the Pacific Northwest, which isn't unusual this time of year, but we didn't have it until like maybe a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we got it. We were just thankful that we had the time to get the dahlias out of the ground, get them stored, and then it's supposed to rain, I think. So yay.
Well, hey, real quick, G, tell us what Glads you're growing this year. Or thinking about growing if you haven't planted them yet. Let us know.
Yeah, that'd be fun to hear.
Yeah.
Budget Gardening Vita Loca says in New Hampshire right now, her weather, it's -30 Fahrenheit with wind chill.
Wow, that is cold.
So you're definitely inside.
Yeah. Stay safe. everybody out there in that weather,
I
especially you
know.
budget gardening with look, just stay safe.
They, I,
I've lived through a
oof,
little bit
it's
of
too
that
cold.
weather in eastern Washington out here out west in the Pacific Northwest. Um, for a couple of days, it was like that where we were at, and it was a long time ago, but it was a whole different experience. Never experienced that before, never have since. But I mean, -20, your breath literally freezes right out in front of you, and then that was in the daytime. It was -20. In the night, it was -40, and it was insane. You just didn't go outside. So I mean, it was really bad. So yeah, everybody stay safe.
I
Well,
know.
you've experienced that too, though, haven't
Well,
you?
actually, no. I've lived in really well. Actually, when I lived in Idaho for a little bit in the
Mm,
mountains, it never got that cold. It got like below zero, at night, like consistently for many weeks. But
mm. But not
you
negative
just kind
20
of
or 30.
well, and it was a really dry, cold like mountain,
I love dry
and
cold. Oh, the dry cold is so
it's
awesome.
like it was fine. You just kind of like you bundle up, you kind of just acclimate, and you get
Yeah.
used to it, and you go on about your day. And it was only like that usually at night. And then the days, if it was really cold, it would be like maybe in the low, like I don't know, below 10.
That's not bad.
And it was like, oh,
That's
that's
not bad.
kind of cold, but again, you get
Yeah.
used to it. But yeah, but
Yeah.
otherwise, I've never been in anything that cold.
I mean, you
So
start getting -30 or more, it's like, nope.
I know. Well, and
Nope.
didn't they name like I guess I'm new. I mean, I know that they obviously named hurricanes and all those things, but this storm is called Storm Fern. I think I read that somewhere.
Oh,
It has
okay.
a
They
name.
named it. Good.
I
Okay.
guess that makes sense to track it and whatnot, but I don't remember growing up with storms having names.
They started doing that
Is that
like
like
in
a
the
new
early
thing?
2000s or something. Yeah.
I
When
guess
we were
like
growing up, they didn't do that because it was like, who don't give a storm a name. Just
it's just
deal with
like it
it
just
and
passes
yeah,
and
deal with
moves
it
on
and move
by,
on.
but
But yeah,
that seems funny to me that
we're
they
living
named.
in a different world now.
Yeah, so okay, so Storm Fern. So anyway, yeah, so let's see. We've talked about what we've got coming up. We've got let's see,
Oh, our
some really
sponsor.
fun stuff
Yeah.
to talk about. Do you want to
Yeah,
take
sure. Yeah.
over?
So, real quick, unofficial sponsor. We like to highlight the companies we get to work with, and one of them that we want to talk to you about today is Espoma Organics. Now we've had the pleasure to have worked with this company for many years, and they let us try out different things in our garden, and we can really. It's great because they do soil products, and it's all organically based. I need more coffee. Um, so it's all soil and it's fertilizer products, and everything is organically sourced. And they have a lot of different, they have not only the soils and the compost, but also they have a lot of different kinds of fertilizers that they mainly call tones, and it's kind of fun. There's bulb tone,
Oh my
there's
gosh,
rhodey
we
or
love bulb tone.
rhododendron tone, there's rose
Azalea
tone,
tone.
or azalea tone. Um, there's all these different types of tones, and it's really fun. And they're different formulations of organic, um, mainly liquid fertilizers and they're concentrated, and you can dilute them, and it's really fun. They give you a little cap, and they make it really fun to do. So anyway, so we've worked with them for a number of years. We use a lot of their compost, their land and seed compost, their bulb tone. Boy, that is a
Um,
booster for the bulbs. I
and
mean,
Biotone is probably like also one of my favorites.
yeah.
It's
That's a soil additive that you literally put into the soil, mix it in, and it adds mycorrhiza and a lot of different things to the soil to boost it. So if you have like an inert soil, like a potting soil, and you add that in, it just boosts the nutrient capacity of that soil, and your plants literally love it. And so,
we
yeah.
love it. And
Anyway,
we've worked or we've like used a lot of other like bigger name companies as well. And I don't know, for me
they're
it's
really
kind of
well, they're really consistent with their
yeah.
product. The product quality is consistent, and so you can depend on it. We can depend on it. We know we can, and so we just wanted to mention to you, check out Espoma Organics anywhere you buy your soil or compost or fertilizer, different products and needs. Really great company, and they're on here on YouTube
Yeah,
too,
they
or
are on YouTube.
Espoma Organics, or you can go to, I think it's espoma.com, and you can check them out there too. So just word about that today.
Yeah, I think that's a good
So yeah, yeah,
we enjoy their stuff. I also want to mention we want to mention that
sure.
we're going to be on another live show today at I believe it's 11 Pacific time.
11:20.
So it's like after our show, which worked out really well, actually, timing wise. But it's a show called Let's Get Growing Live. Maybe some of you have caught it before. Um, our segment will be on around 11:20 Pacific time. So we'd love to see you over there. Let us know in the chat if you're there, and come say hi.
Yeah, we get to talk with Enoch, and he's got. We're going to talk about a couple different things. It's a short little segment, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, we're always happy to meet new. Well, we've been on their show once before, but it'll be fun to go back and talk to their audience.
Yep.
So
yeah. So with that, I didn't put together any questions because time was crazy. This was an interesting week for us. Very all over the place, doing different things. So, so no Q&A that I have prepared, but if you guys here in the chat have any questions you'd like to bounce off either one of us, or anybody in the chat, just put it out there. You know, this is a safe space. This is a safe place. So
I love that. Well, with that, let's show them the new plant that we want to highlight.
Before we do
you
that.
had an idea.
Well, no, just the poll. What's going on
sure.
with the poll?
Yeah, we were just curious, like, we kind of had an idea already, but just if you're adding new perennials to your garden this year, like, how do you usually add them is what we're trying to say. But it looks like 57% of you so far are going to grow them from seed, which is always so rewarding.
Great.
And you know, it's the long game, right? Because you're starting it from scratch. You've got to wait a couple years to really get it to that mature size and maybe even flowering for some of them. 29% of you are just going to go out and buy them at the garden center. Totally with you on that. Sometimes you want to see them in bloom, right?
Well, that, and you want to get a good get an idea of what they're going to look like with their not only their flowers but their leaves and their branching structure, and especially if it's at the end of kind of spring and you're kind of burnt out on seeds and all this stuff. It's just easier to just go buy the plant.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It really is. I mean, especially if you kind of just, it's just kind of a, I don't know. Well, and you mentioned something that reminded me, you know, towards the end of towards the end of the summer, garden centers will put everything on sale. So
I was just going to say, go to the
anything
deal
left.
rack. Go to the deals rack. She does it all the time. Anywhere we go, she's like it's like a beacon.
Sometimes we still have things in our garden that we got for like $2 a couple years ago that were like dying.
Yeah.
They were literally on death's door, and we just were like, these just need water, or these just need to be repotted and like better soil. And lo and behold, we still have them.
Deal rack.
It's fun sometimes. You can't always find everything there, but
it's fun.
So yeah, and then 12% of you in the poll. Some of you, the numbers change a little bit, but 12% of you are taking cuttings from some of your perennials, which is always a really fun educational process. Just the learning curve can be super steep, but it's great because I mean you can really understand your plant a lot better when you do that. It's really fun. It is fun. When we have a little more space in our like another greenhouse, we'll definitely be taking cuttings again. I know we both really enjoy that too. Yeah. Tracy, we were literally just at Costco yesterday, and I eyed those hellebores right. They had them right by the front door, remember?
Yeah.
And you were like trying to veer me away because we were kind of, on a mission in a hurry.
I have to remind her to put her blinders on.
They're almost a 2-gallon size hellebore for like $16, if I remember what I saw. They're beautiful. Great. We're so happy. Tracy got some.
Oh, good. Yeah. Enjoy those, Tracy. Yeah, they're beautiful.
They're beautiful. Let's see. So we've got a couple new. Febakashi.
Hi, Febakashi.
I'm not sure if I'm saying that right.
That's
Sorry,
okay. Yeah.
but we've seen your handle before, so thank you for being here and coming back. And in zone 7B. Let's see.
Okay. 7B.
Good afternoon. This year, I would like to do a planter with colocasia or caladium as the centerpiece. Do I start them inside? How soon do I start them? And which bulb would you choose? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we love them both. Right?
Yes, they're both spring planted bulbs, at least for us. They're more tropical. Those are more tropical types of plants. So definitely start them inside. I think they need to be growing in at least like 55 or 60 degree weather. Well, definitely higher, but I'm talking about the lows. Your nightly lows or your lowest temperatures, don't have them outside before your nightly temperatures get at least 50 degrees or higher. So, and make sure to double check me on that because I mean we don't grow a lot of that. We have in the past, but so just make sure, and if you can start them early, definitely do that.
Yes.
But time it to where you're forecasted, especially after you're forecasted the last frost date, but also look at your extended forecast or maybe the Farmer's Almanac if you can get access to that. and look and see when your nightly temperatures or your lowest temperatures are going to be at or above 50 degrees before you plant them outside. But look at that date, when that temperature of 50 degrees is going to be, and then work back probably anywhere from 4 to 6 or more
I
weeks.
was thinking that too.
And then plant them indoors and start growing them indoors around that time.
Well, and if I could add to that, that's great advice. And also, like, well, first of all, we can't help you pick one because we love them both. And we have grown both of them inside in using that method.
Yes.
And if I remember right, we had them, we started them in a little bit larger, like, pot, like maybe I can't remember what size. So they could kind of grow and their roots could, adapt and
It was
whatnot.
at least a 1 gallon, if not
That's
bigger.
what I was thinking.
If you
I
have the
know.
bigger size bulb, start out with a 2 to 5 gallon pot if you can grab it.
Yeah.
And then, give them that space inside. Don't treat them like an amaryllis where it's super tight or it's a bigger bulb than even the pot. Don't do that. Give them like at least probably 2 or 3 inches of space of the bulb in the pot with soil all around it, with that 2 to 3 inches all the way around from all sides, because otherwise they're not going to grow very well.
That's a really good, and I would highly recommend at bulb tone or some kind of like fertilizer like that helps grow bulbs. We've used bulb tone with both of those bulbs before, and they were like very healthy, really strong roots. We were able to like transplant them out into the garden. If you're able to, I was just going to mention, like, if you have the space and a heating mat, that might be a good option to bottom heat them a little bit.
Yeah, if you're going to grow them, don't
slope.
don't set them on the ground. That's the coldest spot in any room or cold frame or greenhouse. Get them up off the ground so they're not at the place where all the cold air collects, because that will either stunt their growth or lengthen the time for them to actually start waking up and growing. Or it can kill them depending on how cold it gets, and you get that trapped cold air down below. I just wanted to mention too, a little caveat with the 2 to 3 inches of soil all the way around the bulb. That's a minimum. Go bigger if you can, more than 2 to 3 inches around the bulb of soil space. If you can, go bigger. That's a minimum 2 to 3 inches.
That's
fun.
That makes me excited to grow more of those this year.
Hopefully that helps.
I know.
Yes.
We could go on and on. We were just talking about how nerdy we are about bulbs. I mean, that's just kind of like, everybody kind of has a thing, when you get into gardening, we like a lot of things, but, I don't know. We love talking about bulbs and educating you guys about just how to grow them, how to care for them when they flower, just all of it.
Well,
storage.
When you start thinking about bulbs and you really start diving into how they're, just the 5 different structures, how they actually grow, what the structures actually are, and then you grow them and you get to understand them more and more. It was so easy for us just to deep dive and become bulb nerds, because there's so many different kinds of bulbs. I mean, of those 5 different types of bulbs there are, but there's so many different variations of them, of their leaf structure, their stem structure, their flowers, even the different, especially the different colors and the color combinations. It's insane. It's like a whole subset of gardening. It's like rose gardening. Oh. If you're a fanatical rose gardener, we're that way about bulbs. We literally are about bulbs. Well, and that's how we like to grow bulbs. And so anyway, if you want to get fanatical about bulbs, join the club. Woo!
This is the year we're going to go even more bulb nerd. We have a presentation coming up about native bulbs for one of the local, who's that for? Master Gardeners of Seattle?
Yeah, Master Gardeners, King County Master Gardeners.
And some of you maybe have heard some of that content that we've presented before, but that'll be fun. So if you like native bulbs, or you don't know anything about them.
Well, you have to be a part of the Master Gardener program.
That's
too.
True.
So.
That's true. Okay, so into the chat, looks like a handle, Amy Loris. Thank you for being here.
Good morning.
Hi. Last year, Amy Loris found our channel and thought that she was going to grow some flowers in containers. Always a good choice.
Very cool.
It turned into a full-blown flower and veg garden, and she said she's learned so much from us, including using bulb tone.
Oh, awesome.
So thank you. We love hearing that feedback.
Congratulations.
I know.
That's really cool.
Well, and also, are you going to add like double that this year now? Now that containers can just, you can grow everything in containers. I mean.
You know what we need to reinstitute here? We are plant enablers.
Oh boy,
you're totally enabling her to do all this stuff, which is cool.
Do more.
It's not a bad thing.
Always add more.
So we're plant enablers here. Everybody, you're plant enablers. if you're here.
I know
So,
that's, Amy Loris just jumped in and said gladiolus and liatris grow really well in her southern garden.
awesome.
And I'm thinking quite a few of the plants we have perennials to show you today are actually highlighted for southern gardens. So hang
Very
on.
cool.
Let's see
Very
what
cool.
else is going on. Gothic Park is here.
Hi, Gothic Park. Good morning.
Gothic Park says they've bought roughly 60 flower seed packets and started 9 flats so far this year.
Oh my gosh.
Dang, good for you.
Go big or go home. Very cool.
They
Very
always
cool.
add new perennials, they go on to say, and we don't buy very many bulbs anymore. The squirrels eat them all. I know, that's always a source of contention for us. We have thousands of squirrels over here in the Pacific Northwest, like probably all of you do too.
Yeah.
They like everything. People are talking about the clearance racks, finding lots of good deals.
Very cool. Yes. Yes.
G mentions they're learning how to incorporate perennial foods. He says, I love my perennial flowers and plants, but with a growing family, they want to incorporate perennial plants that can feed the family.
Very cool.
Totally makes sense.
Yes. Great idea. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
sorry.
You're fine. Hey, G, if you can, let us know what combinations of flowers and then edible plants you're putting together. Because I'd like to know. I'd like to know what you're planting. So that'd be cool.
I would, yeah, me too. And then last, Amy Loris came back in and said, thank you. And yes, we are plant enablers. And she's going to grow even more this year.
Very cool. Good.
I love it.
Glad to hear it.
We will keep enabling you with all of our content today coming up. So on that note, should we?
Sure.
Are you ready to jump in?
Sure, let's do this. Here we go, guys. All right, so coming up here.
So think about, while Sean's getting this ready, think about some of your favorite colors that you like adding to your garden. Or maybe you don't care and you're just kind of, a rainbow of colors. You like everything. Kind of like us. We kind of like every color.
Oh, yeah.
Except maybe red. That's not really a big, that's not a go-to for us.
We're not red fans.
We're really not. I mean, there's so many colors that we love. But think about, because this plant coming up has so many options for color. It's amazing. So this is called the Summer Long Agastache series, and they're calling it a series because they straight up introduce 5 colors right off the bat.
Yeah, so this is from Darwin Perennials. If you've ever seen Darwin Perennials, their displays over at the Gardenet Ball. The Gardenet Ball.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful, and it's literally an event to go to. They open up their gardens there for not only Darwin Perennials, but a couple of other brands that they sell there at Ball. And so we got the chance to go there one time, and we saw it, and it's beautiful. But these are some of the plants that they produced and had come out last year. We got to grow them, and they literally grew into monsters. They were huge. I mean, they got like 3 feet or more tall, definitely 3 feet wide. They took over whole areas.
They're so pretty.
And
yeah. Well, and along that note, we're going to show you kind of the pictures that they have. We didn't get any of our own pictures for some reason.
It was a different kind of year.
Like we have them, but I couldn't find them, and
that's okay. It was a different kind of year last year.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Oh my gosh! Look
Summer
at this.
Long Agastache. It's Agastache mexicana species, if you're interested. So, but these are still a hummingbird attractor, a hummingbird type of mint plant, and all 5 of these have that aromatic smell to them when you get up and you either rub them, or if it's hot enough, it's just that sweet smells in the air. So all 5 of these do this.
I love this. We're obsessed with Agastache anyway because they draw in so many hummingbirds. I mean, just if you're looking to add more hummingbirds to your garden, add some Agastache. It's also, or hummingbird mint.
So the 5 they have, you can see them here up on the screen: lilac, peach, lemon, magenta, and coral. All beautiful, and they're so bright. They're like beacons. If you're standing far off from the area where these are planted and you look out in that area, these are beacons of color wherever they're planted. They're really beautiful. I mean, they just draw the eye, and they draw a lot of pollinators. I mean, this is what I was talking about before. These are the pollinator attractors, like super pollinator attractors. They're supercharged. So it's not only hummingbirds, but it's all different kinds of pollinators like bees. I mean, even butterflies come up and get after these. It's kind of insane. You wouldn't think these are very butterfly friendly, but I mean, they really get in there. They love these plants.
I know.
So,
I mean,
yeah, and you can see here on the screen too, we've got some basic cultural information. The zones there. Definitely full light, full sun. They do need regular water to get them established. These are perennials, but once you get them established after the first year or two, they're really low maintenance. They're low water needs. They're very drought tolerant. And again, once you get those heats of summer, the heat of summer, you're going to get that aromatic, sweet smell of these, and it just changes your whole garden.
It does, and they get to a height of almost 2 feet tall. So can you imagine just like this cascade of color and just these beautiful? They bloom so long. We were just shocked. We have other agastache in our garden, and this series just kind of kept going into like way into fall. I mean, almost into like November. So, I mean, it definitely it's a long bloomer. So a lot of you a lot of people in the chat were talking about just different colors they like.
Oh, cool.
So a lot of you mentioned purples and yellows. So you're right on track with this. My eye always goes to the magentas and the corals and also the yellows. I mean, really, the lilac and the magenta are very similar in the garden, but the magenta doesn't have more of a pink tone.
And it's more bright. It's just a brighter type of color you can
yeah.
see on the picture there. I'm used to the ones I've grown in the past, and actually in my research, they were the lilac color.
Oh, pretty.
And they were beautiful. Oh my gosh. And these are just no different. They're just gorgeous. So when I see these, that's just my automatic, just, oh yeah, hummingbird mint, you know.
Oh,
but
it's such a beautiful, fun, easy plant to grow. There's, let's see,
Oh.
Gothic Park in the chat said, wait, sorry, maybe I lost this.
Right there.
No, somebody said they were growing these from seed.
Oh, fun. Very cool.
Yeah, we started agastache from seed 4 days ago.
Very cool.
I don't know if we've ever grown that from seed, have we?
Yes.
I can't remember.
It was a couple of years ago, though. I think we were at the old house.
Probably.
Yeah. So, but yeah, very cool.
We have enough of the plants now where we could just take cuttings eventually and spread them around probably. But yeah, seed would be fun too.
Yeah.
Oh, Febakashi says loves the lilac and the coral.
Yeah, right.
Aren't those beautiful?
Gorgeous.
I know.
Yes.
Okay, well, so, if you could, would you mind going back to that really quick?
Sure.
One really fun fact about these is you could probably find these at your garden center. They might be under a different brand, but they're definitely, all 5 of these colors are available at provenselections.com. You can literally go there and buy them right now. It's like a pre-order, and they'll ship them when it's, appropriate.
Totally.
But that we were excited to find that for you guys because, often we show you these plants and we can't always tell you where to go to find them.
Yep. Sometimes they're really hard to find, or there's nowhere to find them yet. And it's like, why did you guys release this and are promoting this if you can't, there's nowhere for people to go and get them? But
no, it's frustrating.
It's not our department. We're not part of the company. Nobody's asking us.
I know.
So that's the whole thing. So anyway, so there you go.
Yeah. So let us know in the chat if you haven't already, which color would you add to your garden of those 5? Or all of them, maybe.
Yeah, right. Yeah, really fun. So with that, we're going to transition to our main topic today, which is the AAS winning seeds of 2026. And these are some beautiful plants, guys. We're really excited to present these to you.
I know. Okay.
And by the way, Allison put this whole slideshow together for us, and she did a wonderful job. Everything looks really well.
Wow.
So I just wanted to put some kudos out there for Allison.
Well, thank you. That was nice of you to say that. But it's a team effort because I need your help reviewing these. There's a few of these in here I'm kind of like, I mean, there's all, you get excited about most of them, but then some of them, these are a mix of veggies and ornamentals. So, and we were going to joke, like, we hope you guys, let us know if you like the color yellow, because there's a lot of yellow flowers in this mix.
Which is not a bad thing.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
We love yellow.
Yeah, yellow's bright. Attracts all sorts of pollinators. Again, love that.
I love it.
Need that.
We're hearing would add all of the agastache and lilac and yellow. So
very cool.
Those of you that like yellow and are chiming in, let's see what we got.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here we go.
No, real quick, just in case you've never heard of AAS, they're all American. I know.
I'll go back.
I was just thinking we should probably tell them what they are.
Yeah.
In case you've never heard of these guys, All America Selections are a group. It's a nonprofit, and they have garden trials spread out all over the United States and Canada, I think, right?
Yep.
And they have like over 80 trial gardens, I think I read on their website, which is amazing. And we've been working with them for quite a while because we love seeing, all the work they do. And all the judges are horticulturists or like PhDs or whatever, so they all know their stuff.
or they're very seasoned, well-seasoned gardeners. And so it says in the name, All America Selections, but these seeds and these plants are from all over the world. The breeders and the companies that belong to this organization to trial these and to promote these seeds are from everywhere in the world that you can think of. Japan, India, Korea, different parts of Africa and Europe. I mean, they're from everywhere, and there's even more. But I mean, just to give you an idea, and so it's really fun to know that and to see all these seeds and all these breeders and all the effort and all the work they put into these, and then to see them and have them available to us and highlighted as winners this way. It's really cool.
It is really
it's
cool.
really fun.
We have some new seeds to show you that they just sent us for this year. So we will, we're going to do a video with that soon.
It's a super thick envelope.
It's so fun. I can't wait to show you guys. We're so excited. So we'll do an unboxing soon here.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
All right. So
first up, here we go. Basil.
Basil. I mean, it's kind of like basil. Okay.
Basil. But you know what? If you're a basil, if you like growing basil, or you just like to eat it and have it in your garden, to use in your different foods and meals, this is a great new plant to grow this year. It's a tinier plant. It's only about 50. You can see on the screen there. It only grows to 15 to 18 inches tall, almost the same wide. So it's super compact, and so it's really easy to grow and add to your garden.
Which is like, that caught our attention, right? With, just like the smaller, compact kind of gardening that we have in mind, or that we've been doing for a few years. This basil was, it won a whole bunch of awards, obviously, and then won the ultimate AAS winner for an edible. And it apparently is very slow to flower, which is always a good thing for basil. You don't want it to bolt, right?
Well, and that's the thing too. Once it flowers, the flavor of those leaves that you want to use from this plant completely changes. They become more bitter. It's not a fun experience to eat them after that. So a lot of these plants up until this point, if they bolt, if they flower, you have to pinch them off all the time. You have to go through and check them at least once a week, if not more, depending on how fast they grow. So, I mean,
totally.
It makes a big difference.
It does make a big difference. And this won all the awards due to the fact that it's heat tolerant, it is slow to flower, and it's compact size. So it's kind of like this trifecta. And then there were a lot of other, like, it's resistant to powdery mildew, which is always a good idea.
Always.
We haven't really had that problem with our basil, but we do have that with a lot of other flowers and plants. But so check that out. It is available. This one is actually, you can go buy the seed right now if you're interested at trueleafmarket.com.
Yep.
And that's, I believe, the only place they're selling this specific Treviso or Treviso.
I bet you Treviso.
Treviso?
Yeah, betcha. Yeah.
Okay. So
Ocimum basilicum.
Yeah.
Gotta say the Latin. It's always fun.
It's always fun.
Spell it out.
Some are easier than others.
Spell it out, Sean. Okay.
So there's your basil winner this year.
Cool. Next up, pole beans. This is Majesty. This is really fun. I gotta say the Latin just up front. Phaseolus vulgaris. Oh, that's fun. Okay, sorry. I had to get it out of my system.
Well, and they're beautiful. Look at the color.
Exactly. Well, Majesty, right? So when we think of royalty, when we think of the Majesty, usually it's the purple color. It's the color purple. That's
true.
a royal.
That's a majestic. Yeah,
it's a royal color. So again, these are purple. So that's fun.
That's fun. I hadn't thought about that.
So, but these are definitely a pole bean. You're gonna need to probably grow them on something. They're gonna get about 5 to 6 feet tall. Not, they have a definite kind of big spread, but I mean you can control that too. But full sun, average water needs, as most beans do.
Yeah.
Now these are fun because these are early to mature. And they're obviously great for vertical gardening. The pots are really straight and uniform, which is always good for growing beans because some of the beans, they get curly, they do different things. It makes it harder to not only grow them, but also to harvest them and clean them and process them. So, and these are fun too because these have more of a sweet flavor. So sometimes some of these beans, they don't have really, it's a different kind of flavor, but these are more sweet. And so this is fun.
I would love to try these. Now, the bummer is, you guys, and we're really sorry about this, they're not available yet for the public. So it's like, we want to keep you updated on the, as soon as we find out where these are going to be available, we'll tell you. But you can also go to AAS winners. What's the all-americaselections.org is their website. In fact, I'll throw that in the chat.
Cool.
And you can check these yourself and see winners all the way back to like the early 1900s. I mean, they go way, they've been around for a really long time.
Now, if you know of any of your local nurseries or even box stores or whatever that usually have the AAS winning seed packets, they carry those. Definitely go there, check with them to see if they have these or when they're coming in. Sometimes you can even, depending on your nursery and if they have this ability, you can order the seeds through them. Not a lot of nurseries will do it, but some do. And so maybe check with that too if they're not going to have them come in.
That's a great idea. Because, I mean, you said vertical gardening and I got excited too. Because can you imagine these growing? They're not only, you know, just edible, but they're pretty. You know, you can kind of, especially those of you that like purple.
Yes.
So that's fun. And plus, they harvest 55 to 60 days from seed. That's pretty
fast.
That's pretty fast.
That's
They're early
fast.
maturing, which was a winning
Yes.
kind of attribute for these.
Yep. Now, we don't have the cultural information to sow the seeds, when to plant them out and all
Right.
that, but I mean, you'll be able to find that out when you look these up. You should be able to find some of that information, maybe not all of it, on allamericaselections.org. So definitely go check it out if you're interested on when to sow these seeds, when to get them planted outside. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yep.
All right, what is next? I can't remember. These
Next up, I got to scroll here with this tiny little scroll bar. All right.
are our first
Oh,
yellow
fun.
perennial
Yes.
blooming flower.
Yes.
So this is Coreopsis. This is called Sun Globe, and I don't know about you guys, but it looks more like a marigold almost
It
to
does.
me, right? It's
It
a
does.
double or semi-double flower is what they consider it. Now, Coreopsis, there are a lot of actual AAS winners, I believe, that have chosen Coreopsis, but this one is, they're calling it it's a tidy, compact Coreopsis. As you can see, look at the height.
Yeah.
It barely gets over a foot and a half tall.
Yeah.
So, you know, most of the Coreopsis we have really long stems and
They're
get
like
pretty
they're
tall.
like a 1.5 to 2 feet or more tall, depending on where they're planted.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is great. We love that.
And
but
this flower is definitely not a typical single
yeah,
Coreopsis flower like what we have in our garden right now that are, you know, the perennials. So this is beautiful.
I'm excited to find this one. Unfortunately, again, they haven't got the seeds out to people yet to
Yeah.
sell them, but it is going to be a perennial in zones 4A through 9B.
That's a good spread.
That's a really good spread.
Yeah.
I know. So yeah, it's also calling out that it's an earlier blooming Coreopsis, so it's going to be more like a springtime bloomer, or maybe late spring,
Early
all the
summer.
way into fall, right?
Yeah. It's supposed to continually flower through the summer into fall. So really cool.
Yeah, that's cute.
yeah.
It's a cute plant. Let us know in the chat if you like Coreopsis or if you grow it already. I know Gothic Park already mentioned they
Very cool.
love Coreopsis.
Very cool.
We do too.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm used to definitely a different shape for the flower.
Well, and the species name says it all. Coreopsis grandiflora, right? It's a more double type of flower.
right.
So that's fun. I like that. I like seeing that Latin and knowing that. That's
It's
fun.
you know, real quick on that, it's almost like a perennial marigold.
Yes.
Maybe you know, obviously not all the same attributes or like
The leaves are different.
beneficial.
Yeah.
You know, like
The leaves are different and that type of thing. But yeah, definitely beautiful.
oh, that's fun.
Very cool.
Okay.
All right. So next up, Dianthus supra. I love that name.
kinda-
Dianthus supra cherry picote. F1.
This is, I think, actually my favorite of all the plants we're showing you in this mix because it's just, I love a picote. Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
I love that design.
Well, the bicolor on those flowers, gorgeous. And it's really fun to see these two because these are kind of, I don't know if I call them frumpy or fluffy or feathery.
They're fringy.
Yeah, fringy. There you go. They're fringy. They almost remind me of like not a corset, but what are the flowers for prom?
Oh, like a boutonniere.
A boutonniere, yeah.
Well, I don't know. They
kinda remind me
vary.
of-
I don't know.
I know, but they kind of remind me of that.
Oh,
For
that's
some reason,
cute.
that just popped in my head. But yeah, these are beautiful. And so hardy in zones 5 through 9, really cool because again, that's a good spread of
That is a
zone
good spread.
coverage for everybody to grow these. Days to flower, about 105 days from seed. So it's about mid-range. It's a little higher than some. Some plants will flower in 50 to 60 days. You know, these obviously a little bit longer, almost double that. So,
Yeah.
but it's a fun one too because it blooms from late spring all the way through summer into the first couple frosts. So I mean, it's a long bloomer, and you know, you can enjoy this a lot more in your garden. Now, they're a really low grower. I mean, like
that.
a foot by a foot. I mean, so you're gonna need to plant these These would be really well planted in the front of any containers or long
Oh
walkways.
yeah, walkways. I love that.
You know, even as a border plant, really cool. It's fun too because their light requirements. It's full sun, but also part sun. So it has that adaptability for different parts of your garden during different times of day. Maybe that would be really cool. Like in the morning, you get full sun. In the afternoon, you get some
Yeah.
shade or partial sun. This would work really well for that. It is heat and cold tolerant, which is always a good idea. Very cool. And it'll flower in the first year, it says here. So that is really amazing as a perennial.
That's amazing.
Very cool.
That's always a good
Very cool
attribute.
Now, unfortunately, we can't send you anywhere to really go get this yet. We don't have that information again, but we're always saying check locally. So check your box stores, check your local nurseries, see what they have.
I really hope this comes out soon. Now, Supra has a bunch, it's like a dianthus series. They have a bunch of other colors. So if you like the flower shape and you're not able to find the cherry picote yet, maybe try looking around for, just the Supra series.
Totally.
But, I feel like dianthus is making a comeback. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I think we talked about this last year because we had a lot of, we partner with a lot of plant companies that send us things to trial and report on and teach you about.
Yes.
And everybody sent dianthus. It was like,
yeah, everybody had their own version of some type of dianthus that we got last year. We had like probably 6 or more plants of dianthus.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it was at least that, and it was like it did kind of shock us. Like everybody's sending dianthus. What's going on? This is cool.
It's like it's like a fun, like older, kind of just think of kind of like a cottage almost. It's not tall enough to be like a cottage garden type plant, but it kind of is. I mean, it's just got like an older feel to it. I don't know, and it is such a versatile plant. A lot of you are saying in the chat that it comes back every year in your garden. Dianthus seem to be growing all winter long. They just, a lot of them are really bred to be tough, and they start blooming like in winter sometimes. I think we might have some still blooming.
You can consider them slightly to mostly a cool season flower.
That's fun.
Really. I mean, this one, it flowers not only in the spring, but all through the summer and into the fall. And so it does the cool season and the hot season, which is really cool because not all plants do that. Like the African daisies or our pansies or our primrose, they're cool season. Luckily enough, we get 2 flushes of growth or two flushes of flowering out of them in the spring and in the fall around here, but not everybody gets that. But these go from the beginning or it says here late spring all the way into the fall. So that's really fun.
That is really fun. We'll have to show you guys some of those dianthus. I know we didn't show you this last growing season, but we'll get them. Some of them we haven't even potted up yet, but they're still alive and doing well. So
and again, too, not all dianthus are created equal. We have some, like Allison's saying, they're flowering right now because they're more a cool season. This will start kind of maybe in a little bit cooler late spring, but it goes all the way through the hot season. So this is a little different of a dianthus than what you might be used to, which is actually really cool.
I know, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's also our only pink flower to show you, pinkish. And now we're back to yellow.
Back to yellow.
Now, I love false sunflowers. These are beautiful. We have one.
Yeah, beautiful.
We have one in our garden we've been growing for a couple years from Proven Winners, but this is called Sol Giatti. No, sorry, I said that totally wrong. Sol Giotto? Giotto? It's probably a hard G, right? Giotto?
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
We're not sure, but it's pretty otherwise. Now let's see. The height on this is closer to like maybe 1.5 feet tall. So that's a good height, and it's got a beautiful flower. I really like I don't know, I guess it's pretty typical of a false sunflower, but I think it's very pretty. It's very like full. The plant is seems very full. It's a long bloomer and it has 3-inch blooms, which is a pretty decent sized flower bloom.
Yeah, that's about that big. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. So they're calling it compact that it's just full of flowers. So if you want something really wow, that gets about, 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet tall, but not quite, this would be a great option. Plus, if you love yellow, and it's supposed to be deer and rabbit resistant. So that's always a good attribute for
Definitely.
a new plant.
Allison gave you two options here, two on the screen to look at. One out in the garden, that bigger picture, and then a smaller picture. It's literally in a pot, and so you can get an idea of what it looks like under both of those conditions, which is great.
That is kind of fun to see the difference. So you can see some. Oh, I'm sorry, I had Days to Flower on there twice, but they don't have this available by seed, but they have it by plant. You can go to Monrovia, the company, Monrovia.com. And they are offering that in plant form already. So that's, if you just want to skip all the seed growing part of it.
Prep the soil, get the growing area ready, plant the seeds, water the seeds, watch the seeds, watch, then plant. Just go buy it.
Just go buy it and just eliminate like
right?
months of time because you're doing that already, right? So why do it with one more plant?
Yeah.
But anyway, this is a beautiful new addition, and this one, again, an AAS winner for many reasons.
Very good.
So that we hope you like that.
Beautiful. Okay.
People are saying, "Oh no, more flower seeds to buy." I know. We're sorry. We are plant enablers again.
Yeah, we enable you to go plant your best garden.
It's hard not to. We
so
love plants.
Here's a little switch up, not yellow. So this is fun. So kale. It's a new F1, new F1 seed here, new F1 plant. Ruby boar. I think we're saying that right.
Yeah.
It's the general Brassica oleracea species, but it's an F1 hybrid, and so its days to harvest is fairly short for for kale. So I mean 70 days from seed is pretty fast actually. So that's really cool. Now this is going to get about 3 feet tall, but it's going to get also 2 feet wide. So you're going to need a little bit more space than maybe some of the other more compact kale out there that's been coming out the last couple of years. But this is really fun because that color, I love that, just that crisp color. And so this is fun too. This F1 hybrid won both the ornamental and edible trials, and it's ideal for southern heat. So any of you southern gardeners out there, this is supposed to be a great kale species, F1 hybrid, for you to grow. So very cool. Go ahead.
Well, I'm kind of like kale. I don't like. Doesn't really excite me, but it is really pretty, and it gets really tall.
Yeah. I think this will definitely appeal to many vegetable gardeners, a lot of, grow your own salad, food type of people. You can also use this as an ornamental piece if you wanted to also, even as a, as a seasonal, if you want to use it as a seasonal annual, more of a filler in a container or somewhere in your garden, that would work pretty well. But again, it's going to get a little bit bigger. So keep that in mind when you're going to use it that way.
You could almost use it as almost a back of the border kind of just, not quite shrub, but just that color. But then you can eat it if you really want.
It could be a background plant.
Because I don't know, I'm not really a big kale lover. I know kale was a big deal, like what, well, it still kind of is, I guess, but probably in the last decade or two, people are just obsessed with kale.
Bake it, and people like to do different things with it. I know, we're not big kale people, but still, it's a beautiful plant.
It is beautiful. It's interesting that kale was picked as both ornamental and edible. So that does show its versatility. And so let us know what you guys think. Are you excited about kale, or would you add this to your garden? Unfortunately, this is another one where it's like, it's coming soon, as far as being available for us all to try.
Yeah, but you can still go to allamericasselections.org and check it out and get more information there about it.
Definitely.
So,
all right.
So from kale, yellow.
Oh, another yellow. Hey. Told you there's a lot of yellow this year, and I could definitely get behind this one.
Yes.
We're gonna have to find this. In fact, our picture's covering it, but it's not quite available yet by seed or plant. But okay, so this is a Rudbeckia Claire Orange F1. So you think your typical Rudbeckia, right? This is it's going to be full sun. It can eventually maybe be drought tolerant if you have it if it's hardy in your zone 7 through 10. But this is actually a controversial plant, and we want to know what you think about this. So please weigh in the chat, because we talked about this for a while the other day. They're introducing this Rudbeckia as the first ever pollen-free Rudbeckia that has ever been on the market, and everyone's really excited about it. And so it got Sean and I to thinking, and there's pros and cons, but it's like, why would you want a pollen-free plant in your garden? what are the benefits? What are the pros, cons? They called out on some other information, some other research I did into this plant that, you know, a lot of people do have hay fever or other allergies, and pollen is a problem for them. So they can have this in their garden now. But to me, I'm kind of like, yeah, maybe there's a little bit of nectar that pollinators could get off Rudbeckia, but one of the awesome things about Rudbeckia is that it has pollen, and it's such a pollinator attractor. So
Mm-hmm.
what do you, I don't know, any thoughts?
I think it's an interesting idea, but also if you start having more plants, if this is the start of having more plants without pollen, you don't want to plant your majority of your garden with pollen-free plants, because then you're not going to be promoting any pollinators, which equates to not a healthy ecosystem. So in general, and I'm not a big, you know, environmental green guy or whatever, but if you want to have a healthy garden and a healthy ecosystem, you need the pollinators. And so this plant isn't going to help you with that. It might help you with not having hay fever and all these other things, but you can't just have you can't have a full garden just of this plant either, right? So,
No.
and if there's not a lot of other plants out there that are pollen free, then to me this is kind of a moot point. It's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever want it in the garden because I want to promote the pollinators, and
Right.
we've got all these other plants in the garden that possibly are going to make me sneeze, or you know, I'm going to have possible, you know, pollen allergies too. So having one specific plant that doesn't do that in a garden of a bunch of other plants that do doesn't make any sense to me. But again, it's an interesting idea. But also, I have this notion of when breeders start getting into these types of characteristics in the plant, I think it's a very shady area. It can be controversial, because if you're breeding out the plant's ability to do actually what it's naturally supposed to do, that helps the natural environment and keeps it healthy, that to me is kind of a no-go. And I don't like that, because now you're literally breeding something out that the plant is literally supposed to do, not only for its own genetics and its own biological health, but also to help basically the greater good, the rest of the environment. So I wouldn't probably have this plant out in the garden, because I wouldn't want to promote something like this, or have it, or just have it out there anyway. Because if I don't know if there's any research, if you found any research, I'd probably, before I put this out in the garden, I'd want to do research and say, okay, is there any data or research out there that says having this out in the garden has any type of negative effect on pollinators or the rest of the environment? What are those? How far out does that go? Because I mean, we need to be careful about these things. You start breeding certain things in and out of plants, and it gets really crazy. I mean, you know, and that's another controversial company that does that on a regular basis is Monsanto. They bred all these different things into the plants and bred them out, and look what we got. It's not a good situation. So to me, this is something I wouldn't want to start.
I know, it's really interesting to me. I totally agree with all of your points, and I'm trying to remember the breeder, and I didn't put that information on here, but I almost feel like they did it this way because they wanted to try it and just see, and then they were very excited that it worked. But
it's a beautiful plant.
It's a beautiful. I mean, I like
the
size of it. Is a compact Rudbeckia would be really fun, but I don't care if it's less messy. You know, That's not something that.
I don't think that's a problem. The pollen being messy to me is not a problem.
Yeah.
In fact, I enjoy seeing pollen. You know, the dusts of pollen everywhere, and plus out here, with all our trees, we get pollen in the spring from all the pine and the fir and the cedar and whatever, and you can't control that. It covers your car. You get a dusting of it almost every day for a couple of weeks, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now that's a mess. I don't think it would be a mess from this.
And it's like, I hate to put a plant on the screen and show you guys, but then be like, bleh, we don't like it, you know, but it is beautiful. It does have some attributes, and maybe it would be beneficial for some of you out there, and you could always mix it into a garden that's full of pollen plants. If you really wanted to try that, you know, that's how I could see us ever, you know, if they sent us the seed, which we don't know yet.
I'm glad you said that too.
We could mix it in.
I'm glad you said that too, because I was thinking about that earlier. I just hadn't said it yet. But it was basically, my point would be, putting this out in the garden, it doesn't create any pollen, supposedly. So it wouldn't intermix with other plants out in the environment, possibly to make them pollen free too and mess up their genetics. So from that standpoint, that's okay. It's not spreading around this non-pollen producing gene and characteristic into the environment. That's a good thing, because that would be a big no-no. And I'm sure that breeders all, they figure all that stuff out when they do this, but still they're out there doing these different things. So yeah, so I don't know. Check if this is something you're interested in. Do your homework. See if it's a good fit for you. It's a beautiful plant. I really like the contrast of the color, though, of the flower. The contrast to those dark green, luscious looking leaves. I really like that. So I mean, the breeders that did this, I mean, great job on that. Yeah. That is beautiful.
It is a beautiful flower. So yeah. So there you go. It won for many reasons.
Yes.
There are pros and cons.
Yes.
So. Yes. I can't even say that word, controversial Rudbeckia. And thank you guys for chiming in the chat. A lot of people,
cool.
And Valerie, we're like, you haven't seen a Rudbeckia, we don't like either, except, just interesting things to consider. Gothic Park said they're all about the pollinators in their garden.
Good.
Budget Gardening Vita Loca, I think having a mix of flowers is fine, just not all pollen-free flowers.
Yeah. Sure.
And then Febakashi says, I wonder if the no pollen plants have less pest issues as well. But I do like to see the bees enjoying a nice treat. I know.
Yeah, right.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed another one. Amy Loris said, Budget Gardening, I agree with you. I don't personally need pollen-free flowers, and I like inviting the pollinators. So we're all kind of in agreement with that. Yeah. So interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So. All right, moving on.
I'm excited about this one.
Ooh, a new sedum, guys.
Yeah,
new sedum.
Woo! And it's a shorter, cute little compact sedum. I think this is so fun. Now, this was actually a Pan American seed. I remember that. They bred this.
Good. Okay. This is beautiful.
This is really fun. Now, do you guys grow sedums in your garden? Let us know in the chat. That's a beautiful plant. We love how they change color a billion times through the season. I mean, it's just so fun to watch this progression of color.
Really is. These are gorgeous too. I love that color. I know.
Look at the height. They only get a little over a foot tall. So can you imagine? They'd be great for a walkway or a border. Just this cute little short row of sedum, spectabular. Am I saying that right? And then you could even have another sedum behind it, maybe a taller one.
Yeah.
Now, they claim that it doesn't flop over, if you've ever had, we have a lot of sedums around.
It happens to us.
We have so many cuttings we took a few years ago. We still have them all over, and they do kind of get taller and kind of flop because they're heavy. They're top heavy, but
and some of them, they get a little too much water and a little too much shade, so that'll make them stretch. That'll add to that.
That's a good point. I know. But these with their shorter stems are saying they claim they're prone to not flopping
under the right conditions, the optimum conditions, the best conditions for the plant to grow, which is complete full sun. They shouldn't flop over.
Well, and they call out earlier flowering, but then they say they start blooming in late summer, and I'm like, well, that's when all our sedums bloom.
Not usually. No,
they're more of an
not
early
late
fall?
Summer. Yeah, they're more of an early fall usually. This year was different because it was a little bit drier of a summer. And it wasn't as warm as the years past, but it was a lot drier. And with that dryness, it will push plants to flower early or earlier than usual. It can. So, and I think that's why we had what we had.
I think you're right. Yeah. But we're big fans of sedum. They just are like magnets for bees, and that's so fun to see in the garden. You almost have to be careful around them at certain points of the year because they're just there's a swarm of bees all over them, and that's really fun to see. So otherwise, it's your typical sedum care, full sun. Kind of more of a average water needs, even to dry sometimes. Depending on what sedums you have. But this has a nice range of hardiness too, 3B to 9A. Which, sedums are usually pretty hardy in a lot of different zones. But so check for this one. It's I'm sure there's some places that will eventually have this either from seed or hopefully plant form that you can find.
Yes.
But what do you guys think? A lot of you are chiming in.
Good.
They love sedums.
Good. Hey, yeah, we're sedum fans.
We're sedum fans. I know it is cute, Emmy Loris. It's it's a really propagating sedum. She said just yesterday I was revisiting one of our videos about propagating sedum.
Yeah, it's pretty easy
to do. We probably made it. We have had so many comments on that video.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Yes, it was helpful, and we're so grateful for that. That's why we put the video out. But a lot of people were just like, you can literally just pop a sedum stem off and stick it in the ground. And we're like, yeah, we know that.
There was one comment where somebody literally said, I just run my mower over it at the end of the year. I run my mower over it at the end of the year, and I don't clean it up, and I get all these little seedlings all over the place from the mini stem cuttings that it basically makes with the mower. And we were like, Okay, that's interesting.
Sounds like an accident that had ended up with more sedum. So I guess that's not too bad. But
not a bad thing.
yeah, a lot of people. That was one of our videos that we always laugh about because we're like, oh, a lot of people got really mad because they're like, it's so easy to, and it is, whatever, but we wanted to just be thorough.
And get into the technical piece of it and treat it like an actual cutting, and go through some of the steps and what to look for. It can be easy. A lot of plants can be easy, but, sometimes getting to those details and treating them like a proper cutting can make a difference, and it's more fun.
It is more fun. And
I think anyway.
Well, you're a horticulturist. It's hard for you to just be like, just pop it off and stick it in the ground. But I mean, I guess in hindsight, we will try that.
If you're in a hurry, I guess. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
So,
but yeah,
anyway.
This is really fun. This is a beautiful new one. We're looking forward to growing that.
Yeah.
So, yes, winter squash, butter lamp.
I think you're a lot more excited about this one than I am.
I'm excited about vegetables just in general this year because I really want us to really spread our wings, flex some of those seed growing and plant muscles there and grow more vegetables. I think it'd be fun.
It is fun.
And this looks really cool. It almost looks like cantaloupe to me, but it's winter squash. If you look at the picture, it looks like mini cantaloupes. But this is a winter squash. You can have harvest in 90 to 100 days, which is bad. That's actually that can be kind of fast for a squash, I think. Now, it only grows about 12 inches tall, but it spreads 78 inches wide. It's definitely like most squash. It's a spreader. It's more of a vine than, anything else. And so, but it has super mini size, like pumpkin shaped little squash. And you can see in the picture, somebody, that picture on the bigger picture, somebody's got it up on like basically a trellis.
I know,
and you can see how it grows. And that's really fun to see just all the little winter squash just kind of hanging there, off the vine. And they're getting ready just to come and pick. That's really fun. These are early maturing. They're powdery mildew resistant. Also heat resistant, which is really good because some of us get some really intense heat sometimes. A lot lately during the summers, 90 plus and the high humidity that can really add to it. But these are supposed to have a smooth, sweet, and nutty taste. So that's kind of cool.
That is, if you like that kind of thing, see, I'm a really weird person. I really don't like a lot of fruit. So I try even veggies, like, I don't know. There's some things I'm willing to, like, if we were able to get our hands on some seed, I think it would be super fun to grow these because they look so cute. They look like little mini pumpkin cantaloupes.
Yeah, totally right. I think they look like a cantaloupe to me, just that outer skin. But if you've ever had like summer squash or acorn squash, you can cook it and use it in different foods or different meals, and it's really fun. We like to take a lot of squash and if we grow it or we can have it, cube it up and throw it on a cookie sheet.
That sounds
with
good.
with some oil, maybe a little bit of salt and some seasoning. Bake it. Oh my God, so good.
I would be totally down with that. And your mom made some, was it some type of acorn squash or winter squash, and she put like cinnamon on it and like butter and roasted it, and that was delicious.
That's what I grew up with.
And see, I just
really good. Yeah,
I'm kind of hit or miss on those things.
It basically becomes its own cup or own bowl when you do it that way, and you take the stuff out, mix it all up, cut it up, mush it all up like mashed potatoes, put all the stuff in there, and then put it back in and serve it that way, and bake it in that and serve it that way. Oh,
that'd be cute because they're like so small. The fruit's only, I didn't find a fruit size, but you can see they're just little
tiny
balls.
Yeah, they're tiny.
So that'd be kind of fun to experiment. So I would totally try that.
Let's grow some and cube it up.
Throw it in the oven. We'll see where we can find it because it's not available yet.
Not yet.
But it's coming soon. So butter lamp.
They're working on it.
That's a fun name.
Yep.
Little globes.
Yeah, maybe you guys like squash too. Let us know in the chat if you're a squash liker. You like to eat squash, grow squash.
There's a couple in here that have already. Okay, so let's see. A question about, are these cooking ones or eating like the cantaloupe? So multiple uses for these. Febakashi says, my dog loves squash, the butternut kind especially, which is really good for dogs.
Yes.
For their hair, their coats.
Well, there's a lot of nutrients and vitamins in it.
Yeah, definitely.
And the fiber.
And Vita Luca said, I'm suddenly feeling hungry. I know. Sorry.
Right? I'm always hungry. So food is always a good idea.
It is.
Yes.
I know.
Yep.
Making us long for warmer days when we can just get out in our garden and grow all this stuff.
Definitely. So moving on.
Couple more.
From the squash.
This is just this one wins in our eyes just because of the name. Bada bing. It's just like funny, but bada bing.
Bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so a tomato. This is actually, side note, this is the first year they haven't featured a pepper. Like every year they have peppers that win. So, and there were no peppers.
Yeah.
Not yet anyway. Sometimes they add more plants through the year. But okay, so this is a tomato. This is an indeterminate, so it is going to just grow and grow and grow. So you'll want to consider that for the size and, but vertical maybe.
Yes, and being an indeterminate, it will produce.
Which is awesome.
Yes.
Now, there were some characteristics of this tomato that made it stand out for all the judges, that grew it and reported on it. The fruit was resistant to cracking.
Very good.
So that's, and that often is due to too much water or whatever. We were talking about that last week. It also is resistant to early blight and late blight.
Good.
And there were some
That's
other,
great. Wow.
powdery mildew protection and whatnot. I don't think I put that on there, but
that's okay.
But it is a large cherry tomato, so that's always good. So this is a new one, and it is available. So it's at awally.com, which we've never bought seeds from AP Wally. We don't know much about them, but harrisseeds.com is another seller of this tomato. So yeah, I don't know. What, any thoughts?
I want to grow it.
Bada bing.
Yeah, I like small cherry tomatoes, big cherry tomatoes, red, yellow.
I know, I do love yellow tomatoes.
Oh man, I like them all.
I do too.
Because the cherry tomatoes are fun because you just literally pick them and pop them, pick and pop, pick and pop. It's just fun.
This is like about a 1.5 inch fruit size, so it's got a good size to it. So I would love to grow this just as an experiment, to not only eat them, but just are they really crack resistant? That'd be really fun to find out.
Sure.
So
yeah,
there you go.
There you go. Awesome.
Got a lot of options here.
Yes.
I think we have one more.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Zinnia Profusion. I'm glad they had a zinnia this year. They don't always have zinnias. So
I know.
This is a beautiful zinnia, as you can see, and it's a hybrid, right? It's got more of a Marylandic kind of leaf, that long stretched out leaf. And so, I grew up with, so did Allison, the elegans, the zinnia elegans, your California giants and your Bennery, or no, it's Bennery giants, California, and then there's California mix. There's all different kinds, but the normal regular zinnia that we grew up with was the elegans species. This is a hybrid species, and you can see that flower is definitely very different from a general regular zinnia flower. It's still, it's probably still, it looks like it still has some of that daisy characteristic right in the center, but it's a very small center with definitely more leaves. This is a very full, petals. This is a very full flower. It is a double. It's called double white improved. And so you can see how beautiful it is, and it's just gorgeous. This is a very unique zinnia.
Well, and we love the Profusion series, which is what this is being improved upon. And all the ones that we've grown in the past have been just stellar growers and performers in our garden. I mean, and they're fun at that more medium height. We love even shorter, because they make there's this great little border of zinnias, and then you can put your taller zinnias in the back.
Well, what we've noticed too with these Profusion ones, these hybrids, they're more mounders.
Yeah, definitely.
They're not the straight upright ones. These are definitely mounders. They're spreaders, and and they're low maintenance. Just water them. You kind of set them and forget them. As long as they're getting enough water and a little bit of plant nutrients, they're fine. And so this one is probably going to be no different than the ones we've grown before. And look how big those flowers are. The size of those flowers on the screen, 2.5 to 3 inch.
I know.
Big flowers on a zinnia.
Doubles.
Come on.
I know.
Crazy.
I think this would be a really fun one to add. The only thing I love white flowers. I do think they're pretty. The only problem I have is they're really hard to photograph. I know it sounds so stupid, but
I wonder why.
It's just hard to get the white, especially if they're in more of a full sun environment, obviously, because they're a zinnia.
Oh, they're too bright?
It's like, it whites out, or, like too bright.
Oh, okay.
But that's just a stupid thing, because I would love to grow these. That doesn't preclude us.
Maybe we'll have to work on a filter or something.
I know, it might be a
setting, because these look like they're going to glow in the garden.
I think it would be amazing to have these in the garden. Yeah. They won for several reasons, not only the large double shape and the size, but they do really well in diverse high heat night environments. If you get that, if you live in Southwest or anywhere like that where it's you
Oh,
know,
in the south,
in the south,
southeast.
and you've got like,
Yeah.
you know, any of those type of temperatures at night, sometimes it kills your plants, right? So this one does really well. So it is attributed to have, you know, both heat and cold tolerant.
Very
if
cool.
that makes sense.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's unique for a lot of zinnias too. So really cool.
Well, and like again, since this is the Profusion series, they don't have it available yet, but I really have no doubt that this will be out soon because this is one zinnias are so popular, right?
Yeah. Well, you're just making me think. They sent us those
Oh.
seeds. Are any of these in that seed pack?
We haven't opened our seed pack yet, so we will wait on that and report back to you guys and let
Okay.
you know.
I was like, should we just open it now?
I think I want to wait and do
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Wait. So, Emmy Laura said this would be awesome for a moon garden. Totally, because these
Oh,
would
yeah.
glow at night. That
Heck
would be
yeah.
so fun.
Definitely.
A lot of people are chiming in. They love white. Their zinnias are their favorite. They're excited about a full like zinnia plant.
A white flower is kind of a classic kind of garden flower. I think it's very beautiful.
It is.
Yeah.
So 60 days from seed. That seems kind of typical for a zinnia. So that's good for grow time, for days to flower. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I know I'm excited to dig into the seed pack they sent us. So we will definitely let you know on that one. I'm really hoping a few of these are in the seeds that we just got sent so that we can grow them and show you guys. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. So with that, guys, that is it of all the seeds, the new seeds from AAS. We hope you saw some that you liked. You might want to go check some of them out. For our day here today, we have a couple of deals we always want to pass on to you guys because we know gardening's starting up. We're always kind of gardening, never really ends. But you know, through the different seasons, there's different times where we need to get certain supplies or you know anything like that. So these are some deals we want to pass on to you. So definitely go check out Crescent Garden. And then also definitely Vego Garden. They have so much stuff.
They have so much stuff.
And
it's crazy.
Unfortunately, we don't have a bigger deal for you than just $10 off with this coupon code, but it basically pays for tax.
I know.
So that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
And so in Crescent Gardens, 15% off. Use those coupon codes when you go there. And yeah, both those companies have a lot of great things. And then also we have something right there for you for their daily or weekly garden deals on Amazon. There's deals on there. It blew me away when I saw this. Some things are over 75% off, and it's like we could use that. We could update
I know there was some,
you know, and there's supplies, there's grow racks, there's soil, there's gloves, there's tools. I mean, it's kind of amazing, everything on there. So check that out if that's something you need in your garden. You're always looking for a deal.
Yeah, right.
So.
I know those of us that like the clearance rack. This would be like kind of a clearance rack for tools and supplies. And I actually recognize the brands. I mean, there were a few on there. You know, you go to Amazon, you're looking for a specific thing. There's often, you know, there's a lot of brands you're like, I don't know what that is, but I'll read the reviews. But I actually recognize a lot of the brands that had deals. So that was fun to see.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Definitely use that QR code and that'll take you right to that page. And so we hope that's helpful for you. I don't know.
Let us know too if it's something, you know, if it's useful, if it's not, let us know because we just want to be useful. We want to be helpful out here. So, you know.
We do. I know.
Yeah. So I think with that though, that's it of all the slides. We'll do that. There we go. Hi.
Hey, we're back. We're here.
We're big.
Here we are.
Okay.
So that was really fun to go through all those new plants. It is inspiring. Do you have a favorite from that list?
It's between, I think, the squash and the zinnia.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I can't decide between those two. What about you?
I know there were a few that I really loved. It's kind of between the sedum and the zinnia for me, but I also really liked the heliopsis. So
fun.
Yeah, I like yellow flowers. They're just so bright and fun and cheery. But I loved that sedum though. I feel like that was kind of a standout for me in that list because it was so different. You know, they kind of always have a tomato and maybe a zinnia every couple years, but the squashes, you know, whatever. But I have never seen a sedum. Yeah. So that's really unusual. I like that.
Okay. Well, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, with that, guys, that's pretty much it for today. Again, hope you like that. Hope that was fun for you. Let us know in the chat or in the comments if you're watching this in the replay what you thought of any of these plants. If you had any favorites you're going to try this year, we'd love to know.
I know that I would definitely love to know. It's been so fun to hear your feedback throughout the chat. And if you're watching the replay, let us know in the comments. With that, next week we're going to present to you. Now, National Garden Bureau talks about they designate 6 plants or maybe more, but usually 6 as their year of like they have this series that they do, and they do a lot of teaching and just education and whatnot about around these plants. And so we're going to present one of those to you next week.
Yes.
And we're also going to talk about a whole bunch of what's called green thumb winners.
Very cool.
And these are new products, new plants, new things coming on the market that should be available this year. And these companies worked really hard to, get these products ready to enter into this contest, and they won this Green Thumb Award.
Yes.
We're familiar with that because
our DibiXL won the 2023 New Product Award. We tied.
With Crescent Garden.
Crescent Garden. We tied with Crescent Garden that year, but we got that Green Thumb Award for our DibiXL.
That was incredible. We couldn't believe it. I mean, we're just
Amazing.
like little old us, and just we threw it out there just to see what happened, and they picked it. So we were just so thankful for that.
Yeah. There's always a lot of new fun products out there that go into this Green Thumb Award, and the people that get picked for the award, it's really fun.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
So with that, we can't wait to see you next weekend, next Saturday, which will be the last Saturday of January.
Yeah.
So please come back. Set a reminder if you get busy through the week, so we can make sure that we see you next weekend. And
we will do our best not to have any more software glitches like at the beginning today. We'll do our best. We'll make sure not to do that again.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But, and again, if you're looking to just continue talking about gardening, join us over on the other show, which, why did I just blank on the name of the show?
That's okay. It's with Enoch. It's Let's Talk Gardening.
Let's Talk Gardening Live. I believe that's what he calls it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be over there for a quick interview in the 11 o'clock hour, around 11:20, about an hour from now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
So, yeah.
But other than that, thank you all for joining us and sticking out. I know we're a little over time here. We always try to keep it within an hour, but
lately it hasn't happened, and that's okay.
When we talk about plants too, it never ends on time. But Valerie, we hope you're feeling better and doing well.
Hope you're up, moving about.
Yep. Definitely. And
definitely.
Yeah. See you next weekend, I guess. See you next Saturday.
Yep. We'll see you next Saturday, guys. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.